Hello, I'm Victoria Emerton and welcome to Behind the Design, brought to you by Design in Mental Health, the leading in-person event connecting professionals from around the world who design, create, manage and deliver care in the built environment for mental health care. Design in Mental Health takes place in the UK each June and features a comprehensive programme of presentations, panels and workshops, a free-to-attend exhibition of specialist products and services, and the prestigious Design in Mental Health Awards. The event website, designinmentalhealth.com, has all the information on the event dates, the programme details, and how to book your event passes. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by Jody Angel, Doorset Sales Manager at Intastop. Jody, thank you very much for your time today and welcome to Behind the Design.
Hi Victoria, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to you today. Mental health design is something I'm quite passionate about and have been quite involved with for a number of years. So I'm quite excited to speak to you about it further today.
Fantastic. So Jody's going to be giving a presentation at the event, and the title for that is Beyond Safety, How Secure Dorsets Improve Protection, Healing and Long-Term Value. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So to start off with, Jody, you've worked in mental health for over 10 years. How have you seen the market change?
I think one of the major changes is not just really the market, it's society as a whole. We're all a lot more aware of mental health. We're a lot more aware of what it is, how it affects us, how it impacts us, how to recognise the symptoms. In doing this, there's been a huge destigmatisation of mental health. People are acknowledging it, people are seeking out treatment quicker, more effectively. And that's led to a need for increased infrastructure and investment within the mental health sector. As the infrastructure has grown, there's more people coming to work in it. There's more suppliers, there's more manufacturers, there's more architects, more contractors all working with mental health. And because of that, the testing standards have increased. We're all working to stricter goals, stricter standards. That's making people like ourselves have to innovate faster, develop products quicker, and just keep moving with the ever-changing demands of the market.
So safety is important, aesthetics are important, and I guess you've got this push and pull of safety versus aesthetics. You want an environment and a product to be safe, but you also want it to look nice for everybody in that environment. So is that a trade-off, or are things moving towards a more integrated solution?
I think there's a much better balance than there were 5 years ago. I think things are 100% moving in the right direction. When I started 10 years ago, it was all about a focus on how strong a product were. The strength almost meant big, bulky, robust, ugly, if you will. And as understanding of mental health has developed, everything's looked at with a much more user-focused mind. Everything's looked at with the service users and the environment they're going into in mind. That's led to product evolution. It's led to a more holistic design process. Products that were once big and bulky have been redesigned, redeveloped, and they're now smaller, more streamlined. They're now available in different colours. Whilst safety will always be the number one priority, safety versus aesthetics is no longer a trade-off. You can get a aesthetically pleasing product that provides the same amount of safety and security that one of the big bulk products from many years ago still provided.
So technology's obviously moved on in the 10 years that you've been in the sector. How are advancements in technology helping in mental health design?
Technology is driving, as it does in life, to be honest, technology is driving everything we do in every aspect of his life. Mental health is no different really to that. 8 or so years ago, ligature alarms were introduced at the top of doors, and they've been proven to be a huge life-saving alteration to the market. They've now been taken, developed further than available for the top, the sides, the bottom of doors. And they've been picked up and taken on by the majority of trusts in one form or another. Talking about doors and talking around doors, access control is also another huge factor within mental health. Everyone wants to have a degree of control over their environment, a degree of independence. And whereas trusts are initially reluctant to issue keys because a key can be deemed a risk, access control is giving back some independence. People are now able to use a fob, people to use a wristband to access a room, which gives people that feeling of independence, and it helps with the long-term rehabilitation. Something that I personally am a big believer in, and I know Intastop as a business are, is that nature is a big healer. Going outside, being amongst nature is a calming force. But what if you're not able to get outside? What if you're not able to access that? We try and incorporate biophilic design in a lot of what we do, where we want to bring nature into the products. There's products now such as this digital image sheeting. There's products, vision panels are available with digital images on. Products are available in a wood effect finish, and all that is designed to play a bigger part in the healing environment, to bring nature into the mental health environment.
Does make a massive difference. There's so much research about the impact of nature on positive mental health. So without telling us too much, can you give us a preview of the key challenge you're addressing and why it's so important right now?
I think not just for us, but I think for the industry as a whole, over the next 12 months, testing and a refocus on testing is going to be paramount, and it's going to be a big challenge for us all. At the moment, we work to the medium secure Annex B test, which is very, very effective, but is open to interpretation. And I know from working with certain trusts, they will take that and interpret it in different ways. So now there's been an informed choices testing guidance written. That's been done by an outside company, an outside contractor called BRE. BRE are looking at developing a set of standards that all the industry work to. So, for example, they are testing things based on ligature and based on robustness, and then scoring out of 5. So that the top scoring products will be a 5-5, the bottom would be a 1-1. So far, Intastop have done some indicative testing with BRE to find out the standards, to find out how we're working, and in the coming months, we'll be doing some real-world testing to get real-world scores and results. I think it's going to be a massive change for the industry, but for suppliers, manufacturers, it's going to be great because it gives us a sense to work to. But more importantly, for the trust and for the end users, it gives them a real world information to make the decisions off of.
Yeah, absolutely. Standardization gives you reassurance that your product is delivering what it needs to deliver in the setting that it's being used. So that it can't come soon enough, everything being organised in that way. So if people were to take one thing away from this podcast, what should it be?
I think there's 2 things I really want to speak about in this. It's the mental health market is consistently evolving, consistently changing. And we almost have to think of it with a Kaizen approach of constantly moving, constantly keeping up, consistently innovating to keep the market moving forward. Whereas I alluded to earlier, 10 years ago, I think everything was just thought about in terms of strength. We now look at the bigger picture, but as healing through design. A door is no longer just a door. A door is no longer just a barrier. A door is part of a bigger solution. I think that the way the product's now being designed means the safety and recovery are no longer 2 separate things. A properly designed product should keep a patient safe, but also help with the healing process and become part of the healing process. And I think in my 10 years working in the industry, one thing that I've learned and one thing I really want people to take away is that collaboration matters. By working with other trusts, by working with contractors, even other manufacturers, by speaking and sharing our experiences, we all improve, we all get better, and the market continues to develop and continues to be there for people when they really need it.
Absolutely. And coming to an event where you've got service users, people with lived experience, architects, as you say, all people, contractors, manufacturers, all under one roof to learn and listen from conference sessions such as yours, and share experiences. It's such a huge opportunity to come to Design and Mental Health in June. So your presentation, Jody, again, is called Beyond Safety: How Secure Dorsets Improve Protection, Healing and Long-Term Value. So really looking forward to learning more from that. And Intastop will be exhibiting at the event on stand 410. Now, I'm sure you're bringing plenty of colleagues, because you'll be off delivering your presentation, and anyone who wants to come by over the 2 days can come and have a chat with anyone from your company.
Absolutely. We'll be exhibiting a number of products at the exhibition, and very excitingly, we'll be exhibiting for the first time Intastop Secure Complete Dorsets.
Fantastic. So people can come and look, touch, feel, experience, fully immerse themselves in how that might work for them.
Absolutely, yeah. There's models, there's samples on the stand, so people come along and actually see what they'll get in the real world on the stand.
Yeah, you can't get that from a brochure, can you? So I thoroughly encourage everybody to come along and have a chat with you. So thank you so much for your time today. Design and Mental Health takes place very soon, actually, on the 3rd and 4th of June at Manchester Central. Anybody watching this podcast, if you'd like to engage with Jody or any of the other many speakers in our programme, please do visit designandmentalhealth.com and have a look at the conference programme, the workshops, and our new Design and Digital Solutions Theatre, which is new for this year, and that is free for anyone at the event to attend. So thank you again for your time, Jody. We'll see you in Manchester very soon, and everyone else watching this podcast, we hope to see you there as well. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.